The 2024 Daytona 500 is finally upon us, and I'm going to be giving you guys who I think is going to win the Great American Race. Now, Daytona is a wild card track. Anybody can win there, and that's what makes it so special. This is the Great American Race, and anybody has a chance to win it. We're going to be looking at who I think is going to be most likely to win, some middle-of-the-pack guys, and then some long shots that I'll be throwing some money on, who I really think could have an opportunity to win the race if stuff falls the right way. I'm also going to put a disclaimer early on in the video that these odds that I'm going to give you are pre-qualifying odds from Wednesday night. I know that I'm going to upload this video around Friday or Saturday, so the odds are going to be changed, but for the most part, the drivers are going to stay the same, just the odds will change. But for the majority of it, these are the guys that I like. Practice speeds won't matter. Dual speeds won't matter. This is strictly a luck race, and you're just trying to survive till the end. And like I said, anybody can win it, so I'm not even bothering with practice speeds. So my first pick is somebody who is very consistent at super speedways, especially Daytona, and especially in the Daytona 500 with 3 wins. I'm going with Denny Hamlin. Now, Denny Hamlin is plus 1,000 odds, so that would be $10 to win 100. I really expect Denny Hamlin to be a factor, as he always is competitive on super speedways. If he's not taken out in a wreck early, he's always around at the end, so I would look for that 11 car to get into victory lane for the 4th time in the Great American Race and the 1st time in a next-gen car at a super speedway. The next driver that I have on my list is somewhat of a superstitious pick, but he's also very good at Daytona and Talladega, and that is the 8 of Kyle Busch. Now, this is his 20th year attempting to win the Great American Race, and just like Dale Earnhardt Sr., who drove for RCR, it was his 20th year trying to win the race, and he won it. I could see history rewriting itself and repeating itself, but on top of that, since Dale Earnhardt's death in 2001, it was on February 18th. This year's Daytona 500 is also on February 18th. Now, the crazy thing about it is that in 2007 and in 2018, the Daytona 500 was on February 18th as well. Both cars won, and they were both RCR drivers, the Kevin Harvick machine in 2007 and Austin Dillon in 2018. If you're superstitious, you might as well throw some money on Kyle Busch. You can get him at about plus 1,000, the same as Denny Hamlin, so 10 to win 100. I'll probably look for Kyle Busch to be dominant, just like he was last year, and maybe finally win the Great American Race. Moving on to my next driver, he has a great value at plus 2,000 odds, 10 to win 200, and that is the 23 of Bubba Wallace. I think Bubba Wallace is going to be very competitive this year. He has 2 second-place finishes in the Daytona 500, and it's only a matter of time before he punches through for that win. He has a win at Talladega on a super speedway back in 2021, and he always seems to run up front and stay out of trouble. If that is the case for this year, I could see him having the opportunity to win the Great American Race, and I think it would be a great story if Bubba Wallace can silence out all the noise that he's been hearing all these years about only having 2 wins and win the biggest race of the year. I think that he has one of the best opportunities this year with the alliance with JGR and 2311 becoming stronger and stronger, and maybe this is the year that Bubba Wallace rolls the 23 car into victory lane. Now, although sometimes luck plays a factor in the Daytona 500, I think the cars that I just said have the best opportunity to win based off of teammates, based off of alliances, based off of super speedway experience. But the next driver that I'm going to pick is the 1 of Ross Chastain, and here's why. Ross Chastain won the final race of 2023, and I could see him starting off strong, winning the 2024 Daytona 500. He has a super speedway win at Talladega, and he always seems to run up front and work well with anybody. He's very aggressive, and if the hole opens coming off of turn 4, I would expect him to take it 3 wide and try to win the Daytona 500. And at plus 2,800 odds, 10 to win $280, I'm 100% going to put $10 to $20 on him to win. I think that is a great value. Plus, Trackhouse is a very good Chevrolet team. I think they have a lot of speed. We'll see what happens, but Ross Chastain, I expect to be up front. Now, I must give a quick honorable mention shout out to the RFK duo of Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher. While I do expect them to be dominant and maybe control the race up front, as they always seem to do in the past few super speedway races, I don't think that their luck is going to continue to making it till the end. They always seem to avoid the crashes at the super speedways and then find themselves at the front and work together. I think this year there's going to be a wreck. I'm a little superstitious, but I could see one or both of them getting taken out early, ending their chances. I know a lot of people are hot on them as they've worked well together. Chris Buescher has won the most recent Daytona race, and Brad Keselowski finished second. So this is an opportunity race for both of them. But I think that with their odds being so low at plus 900 and plus 1500, I'm going to stay away from them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they win. I could see them winning, but I won't be betting on them. Now, my final two picks are the long shots, and hear me out, I'm going to explain why. I don't want to not put them in the video because if it happens, then I wouldn't be a genius, and I want to be a genius. And the two guys that I'm looking at for long shots at plus 6,000, 10 to win 600, is Noah Gragson and John Hunter Nemechek. And hear me out. Noah Gragson has a new opportunity with a new team, and I think that the 10 car has always run well at super speedways with Eric Almirola. I think that they have the Stewart-Haas Racing teammates, and they're kind of all going to run together, work together, stay out of trouble, get to the front. And I think they're playing with more house money as they're just playing with a we don't care mentality. I think that's going to allow for them to be more aggressive and make moves that other people wouldn't think about making. And now moving on to John Hunter Nemechek, I think that Legacy and Petty going to Toyota allows for them to join into the JGR Alliance, allows them to join into the 2311 Alliance, and there are less Toyotas in the field, meaning that they'll work together. And now that there is almost 10 Toyotas in the field, they're going to have a chance to compete with the Chevys, with the Fords. And John Hunter Nemechek has a win at Atlanta, which is now a super speedway, and he kind of hangs around. He's a good young driver from the Xfinity Series, and I could see maybe another rookie winning the Daytona 500. It happened in 22 with Austin Cindric. I could see it happening this year with John Hunter Nemechek. And there you have it. There are my picks for the 2024 Daytona 500. Even if you don't like them to win, you might as well throw some money on them to get a top 5 or a top 10, or even be the highest Toyota, Chevy, or Ford for that matter. I think that all these guys that I listed have good opportunities to win the race if the cards fall in their favor. We have the favorites, we have the mid-pack guys, and we have our long shots. So thank you guys for watching. Who do you think is going to win the Daytona 500? And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.